Hi guys, I'm Samina, and today on the Cupcake Confession, I am showing you how to make the perfect and the best chocolate brownies that you'll ever make. And it has that beautiful fudgy center and that shiny paper thin crackly top. It is incredibly easy to make these ultra fudgy brownies. Let's begin. You'll first preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. In a bowl here, I have some dark chocolate callets. This has 55% cocoa content, and in that I'm adding some salted butter. If you want to use unsalted butter, feel free to use that. They are both, so the chocolate and the butter are both at room temperature, and I'm going to pop this in the microwave at 10-second intervals to gently heat it together until they melt and become a nice homogeneous mix. You don't want to heat this continuously for 30 seconds or a minute because that will burn the chocolate, as chocolate is very temperature sensitive, and that is the reason why I like to pop it in the microwave at 10-second intervals, give it a good stir, and then pop it back in until everything is well melted and combined. You can also use a double boiler to do this, so you could use a saucepan containing about half an inch of water that is simmering, and place your glass bowl, which is also heat proof, on top of this double boiler or on top of this saucepan so that the chocolate and butter melt gently. I prefer the microwave method as it's very convenient and quick. You can see that the mix looks really nice and glossy, so I'll keep this chocolate aside. Now in another bowl, I have 2 room temperature eggs, and into that I am going to flavor this with some vanilla, and I'm also going to add my sugar. So here I have used a little bit of castor sugar and a little bit of dark brown sugar. I have found that doing this really adds a lot of flavor and fudginess to your brownies, as the dark brown sugar has a higher molasses content in it, and it adds so much flavor and fudginess to your brownies. I really love it. And now using my electric beaters, I'm going to beat this mix for about 5 minutes on a medium speed. That's right, you need to whisk this up quite a lot. You can see just how voluminous that has gone, and it has also lightened a lot in color. And this is extremely important to give your brownies that shiny, crackly, paper thin top. After about 5 minutes, when you can see it has gone voluminous like this, you'll start adding the chocolate and butter mix as well. And then using electric beaters again, continue whisking this for a further 1 minute, and everything will be really well combined. Most of the hard work at this point is already done, and you can see just how easy it was. Now all that's left to do is throw in your all-purpose flour, cocoa powder, and some instant coffee powder. And that is it. All you have to do now is just fold these ingredients together until you don't see any flour pockets. It should look like a nice, smooth, homogeneous batter. At this point, you do not want to overwork the batter. You don't want to develop the gluten. You only want to mix it until it just comes together and you don't see any flour pockets. Now it's time to transfer this to my baking tin. I have a 7x7-inch square baking tin which I have greased really well and lined one side with parchment paper with plenty of overhang. So this will help us release the brownies very easily from the tin. I'll pour this lush, thick brownie batter into the cake tin, shuffle the tin around and tap it against the worktop, and then using my offset spatula, I'm just going to smooth the batter out like this. And then this goes in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 28 minutes. A skewer or a knife inserted in the center will come out clean with just a few moist crumbs attached to it. You can see my brownie is out of the oven, and you can see this is what the toothpick should look like. It has crumbs, the moist crumbs attached to it, but there is no wet batter. You will let the brownies cool down completely. I like to refrigerate mine overnight so they are well set and they also develop incredibly in flavor. And the next day, while still cold, I'll take it out of the refrigerator, let it sit at room temperature for about half an hour to an hour, and then I'll slice into them. And you can see that thin, crackly, shiny tops on the brownies, and the inside is gooey and fudgy and absolutely incredible. You can also have these brownies when they are just slightly warm. I would just not recommend having them while they are freshly out of the oven, as the structure is not stable enough and they'll fall apart. So wait till they cool down a little bit to room temperature or have them the next day. And you can see just how amazing these look. You saw how quick it was to put this together. I really hope you enjoyed this video and that you'll make these brownies at home. Let me know in the comments when you make these at home. I would love to know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you again in another baking video. Until then, goodbye and happy baking.